Hey friends, it's Rosalind. Welcome back to my garden. It is officially fall. The trees have started turning into the most glorious colors, and all the fall gardening things have been happening this week as well. I've been digging and storing dahlia tubers, and last week, just before we had that freeze, I rescued the last of the herbs from the garden, so I've been making tinctures with it and just drying and preserving some of the herbs and stringing cayenne peppers. So grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea and join me in the garden this week. The gorgeous dahlias have now turned into this after we had our first freeze, so it is time to dig them up and get them ready for winter storage. I like to use a hay fork to dig my dahlias. I have also used a shovel in the past. You want to gently dig up those tubers so they don't break. And again, just be gentle with those tubers because they can break easily. Shake off the soil and then take off the top foliage for storage. This year I decided to divide some of my dahlia tubers before putting them into storage so they don't take up quite as much storage space. Before I do that, I always take a disinfecting wipe and I wipe down my snips between each clump of dahlia tubers so as not to spread any diseases. This is a growth point, which is exactly where we will be dividing this clump of dahlia tubers. You want to make sure that each tuber has a growth point, a neck, and a body. A dahlia tuber needs all three of these parts in order to grow a flower next year. I store the dahlia tubers in cardboard boxes and cover them completely with fine wood shavings. I cover the bottom of the cardboard box with wood shavings and then set in my dahlia tubers. We want the dahlia tubers to be completely covered with wood shavings so there will be no air getting to these tubers and potentially having them shrivel up. After the tubers are completely covered with wood shavings, I add paper on top of that. You can use newspaper or just papers that you no longer need, have laying around. Close up my box, and then I will mark on the box which variety this is because next spring they will all look the same. I then store them into our breezeway closet. It stays between 40 and 50 degrees Fahrenheit in here all winter long, which is perfect for dahlia tuber storage. This is what my setup looks like with 50 dahlia plants. I decided to do something a little different with my cayenne peppers this fall. I wanted to string some of them up for drying, just for a cute fall decoration. I love using things from the garden to decorate our home with, especially this time of year. I found a thick needle and threads which seem to be perfect for this kind of job. String your thread through your needle, tie a knot at the end, and you are all set to string up your cayenne peppers. You will take your needle and string it right through the stem of your cayenne pepper. I found this to be quite therapeutic. You'll have to let me know if you have ever tried this or if you're going to try it. And just keep on adding peppers to your string until you have reached the desired look. I was quite pleased how this turned out. What do you think, friends? I decided to hang some herbs and the cayenne peppers at my coffee bar since I didn't really have anywhere else to hang them. But the next day I stopped at the thrift store and I found this cute drying rack. I think it's perfect to be drying herbs and peppers on. I anticipate this will be used a lot more for herb drying. I decided to make oregano tincture and rosemary tincture with some of the herbs that I had saved from the garden. You take fresh herbs and cut them up to release the oils. After you're done cutting up your herbs, place them into a glass bottle. You will then cover your herb completely with an alcohol like vodka or rum, something that is at least 80 proof. This will draw out the medicines from your herb and preserve your herb as well. We let it set for 30 to 60 days, and then we use it throughout the winter whenever we feel ourselves coming down with a cough.
Thank you for joining me in the garden today, friends. My hope is always that my garden brings you inspiration and joy. I'm sending all of you love. Have an amazing week, and I will see you right back here next Saturday. Bye.